Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a driving tour through one of my favorite Birmingham suburbs, Gardendale, Alabama, which is 10 minutes north of the city up Interstate 65. Right now in the video we are cruising along through downtown Birmingham on US 280 31 Red Mountain Expressway to I-65 north. Get a good city view. Look how beautiful our city is. This is a mid-morning drive. Right now we are passing Protective Life Stadium, where the UAB Blazers play. Birmingham's professional soccer team, Legion FC, will be playing there starting in 2022. We're passing Legacy Arena and the recently renovated, on the right side, BJCC, Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center, which is beautiful. Recently went to the Alabama game there when they played Davidson. Very, very nice. Downtown is really popping. Under the interstate, you'll see there, they are building right now City Walk for, hopefully it'll be done in time for the World Games that we're hosting this summer. That's going to be really cool. There's going to be some event space there. There's going to be amphitheaters for live music and different kinds of community events. There's going to be a skateboard park. It's going to be pretty sweet. And right now we are headed up, or about to merge onto I-65 north, headed towards Gardendale. This is the primary route really from Detroit all the way down to Mobile, and it runs through Nashville. And this is your drive from downtown. I recently helped some home buyers move to Fultondale, which is the city right before we get to Gardendale. And the husband is a doctor, is an anesthesiologist at UAB. So as we were talking about the different areas for them to look to buy a house, they were relocating from Texas. I recommended we look in the Gardendale, Fultondale area because there are a lot of doctors and healthcare workers that work at many hospitals that we have. We have really amazing healthcare centers in the Birmingham area. That's one of our primary industries is healthcare. And there are a lot of doctors that live in Gardendale and Fultondale, nurses, healthcare workers that live in Gardendale, Fultondale. Just because it's such an easy drive, it's going to take us 10 minutes on the dot to get to Gardendale. And, when you're waking up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. to get to the hospital, it's a lot better getting downtown from Gardendale, Fultondale, than it is from some of the areas like Hoover and Chelsea, Irondale, Vestavia that are a little closer to town. In case you are coming to the channel for the first time, you're not super familiar with Birmingham, we are officially now, as of 2021, the second largest city in the state of Alabama. Huntsville recently took the crown for the highest city population. Birmingham City has a population as of last year of 200,733, and Huntsville City recently overtook Birmingham with 215,000, so about 15,000 more people in the city. However, it's the Birmingham-Hoover metro area that really gives you the bigger picture. The Birmingham-Hoover metro area has a population of about 1.1 million, whereas the Huntsville metro is 491. So Huntsville takes the crown for the biggest city in the state of Alabama. However, when you look at the full picture, Birmingham metro has twice as many people. So really, Birmingham is a pretty heavy suburb city. Your Hoover, your Vestavia Hills, your Mountain Brook. Chelsea is a fast-growing area in our state, and I really think that's because there is a bypass on the south side of the city, 459, from Hoover, that kind of runs all the way over to the Trussville area on the south side, that bypass. And so I think that brought a lot of people over the mountain, as they say, south from the city of Birmingham, as the city's grown over the years. There is, 15 to 20 years, there is a plan to have a northern belt line, and that will be called Interstate 422. That's going to start in the east side on Argo and go across northern Jefferson County. And so I think that is going to bring a lot of business and a lot of growth to the North Jefferson area. Places like Gardendale, Mount Olive, Fultondale, Kimberly, Morris. I think you're going to see a lot of growth there in the next 15 to 20 years. So I love Gardendale, and that's why I wanted to take you guys on a driving tour today of the city. We're going to go through a couple of neighborhoods, a couple of the more popular neighborhoods off of Fieldstown Road, which is the main road that, runs from the side of Fieldstown on the west side, where there's a lot of great neighborhoods and parks, all the way over across 65 north to the east side, where more your retail and your restaurants, Gardendale High School, all that is more on the east side. Lots of new businesses coming in just in the past few years. The population for Gardendale as of 2020 was 16,000. Just some quick facts: the city of Gardendale was originally settled in 1825, and it was known as Jugtown because there was a jug factory in mostly farmland that was North Jefferson County back then. The name was changed from Jugtown to Gardendale in 1906, and the city was incorporated in 1955. So, and before I-65 North, or before I-65 was constructed, which is the road that we're on now, Highway 31, which is a city that runs parallel north and south across Jefferson County on the east side, runs straight into downtown. That was the main route. Highway 31 was the main route from Birmingham to Nashville. So if you've ever been on 31, just be grateful that I-65 was constructed, because it would be slow going from Birmingham to Nashville on Highway 31. The median income for Gardendale, per Wikipedia, was $56,929, and the average home price was just a little over $200,000 at $202,500. Home prices have appreciated almost 5% in Gardendale in the last year, and the population has grown by nearly 3% in the last year. So there is some growth here. And one of the best parts is the cost of living in Gardendale is 12% lower than the national average. So this is a great area that offers you convenience to downtown, and it's very affordable. You don't have to fight traffic on 280. You've got everything you need. There's a Publix, there's a Buffalo Wild Wings, there's all kinds of the your normal retail restaurants and shopping, Walmart, TJ Maxx, Moe's, all kinds of good stuff. There's a brand new gas station that was just constructed just to the right of what you're watching now. If you would have just kind of veered off to the right, that's where your downtown area, Gardendale High School, all your retail and restaurants are. We are going to be turning left at this light onto Fieldstown Road. This was recorded kind of mid-morning, around 9:30, 10 a.m. on a Wednesday, so traffic was pretty light. Traffic on I-65 varies, around 5 p.m. when everybody's getting off. It gets a little wild in this gap, or this stretch from downtown Birmingham to 65. but it's nothing too bad. You know, there's been a lot of construction. We passed in Alabama in the last couple of years a penny gas tax. So a lot of our roads have been repaved, which is great. So all that 65 has been repaved, and it's a lot smoother ride now. So we're headed down Fieldstown west. We are going towards some of the neighborhoods we're going to stop by. If you're familiar with this road, then you know that there's most likely going to be a cop sitting right there on the left every time. So if you're new to the area or you're considering buying a home in the Gardendale area, just keep an eye out for that guy because he will bust you. I think the speed limit's 45 maybe, and it gets really easy to go above that on Fieldstown. So lots of new construction coming along Fieldstown. Um, I just love this area. Again, the convenience to Birmingham, the cost of living, everything you need, shopping, restaurants, it's all there in Gardendale, and it's still affordable. And we are coming now to the intersection of Fieldstown and Shady Grove Road. If you turn right on Shady Grove and follow that road all the way down, you're going to end up north, and you're going to end up in the city of Mount Olive, which is the city just north of Gardendale. We're headed west down Shady Grove, and if you continue down this road, you'll run into I-22, which will take you all the way to Memphis and through Jasper, my hometown. And we're turning right into Fieldstown Crossing right now. These houses were built just a few years ago by Harris Doyle Homes. And the White House you're looking at right now on the left, I sold that house last year for $335 cash. Houses are up in the 350s and 360s now. The average sales price for this neighborhood, Fieldstown Crossing, last year was $359,881, so nearly $360,000. My clients pocketed quite a bit from their sale. We were under contract for another home in the Pinehurst subdivision of Gardendale, which is northeast of here. We were under contract for several weeks, and we needed to do some inspections on the foundation because the house was built on a hill. So we really needed, when we put their house on the market, to get a quick deal, get a quick offer, and fortunately we were able to do that. My yard sign actually got delivered 2 days early, and I got a sign call, and the lady bought it cash. So I got to represent both sides. And, because we were in a situation where we were very far along in the inspection process for the house my clients were buying, we really needed a quick sell. And fortunately, we were able to do that because this neighborhood is so hot. So average days on market in this neighborhood last year was just 4 days. So these things fly off the shelf. Lots of going for $359 now. I noticed some stuff on the windshield. So shout out to Bugs. We have them down here in the South, even in the winter. Let me know in the comments how to keep your windshield clean. It's impossible here in the South. So just trying to clean that off, make it a little bit easier to see. So yeah, and this is just one phase of Fieldstown Crossing. We're gonna head now and cross over Shady Grove Road into the other phase of Fieldstown Crossing. And so it's this cul-de-sac lane through here and across the street as well. I love this little neighborhood. The houses are extremely well built, and they're really, really nice. They are a little close together, so that's something to consider. if you're thinking about buying in Fieldstown Crossing. Um, the next neighborhood that we're going to go to here in a minute is has a little bit more variety. They're older homes, but they're bigger. Most of them are bigger, and the yards are bigger. They're a little bit further apart. Um, so that's just your preference. You're not going to have in Fieldstown Crossing a huge yard, and you're going to be pretty close to your neighbor. But these are very nice homes. This is a great community. Um, Everybody's friendly here. When you drive past people in this neighborhood, everybody's going to wave at you. The Christmas light game in Fieldstown Crossing is very strong. So the month of December, this neighborhood is gorgeous with everybody having their lights and decorations out. Again, this was Harris Doyle builder built these homes, and they are very pretty, well-built homes. Very affordable HOA. Really, the shared areas here are some fire pits. There's not like a community pool or community playground or anything like that. There's some fire pits and swings and places to gather. And the sidewalks are really nice and well kept. Nice lighted streets. So if you have kids, this is a good place to raise your kids, because you can. It's just safe and it's quiet and everybody's very respectful. So riding your bike up and down these streets, trusting that your kids are going to be okay, walking around neighborhoods, that's totally in play here at Fieldstown Crossing. And you can see right now that's those swings and fire pit areas, one of the included common areas with the HOA. I love that house right there on the cul-de-sac. That was one of my favorites. So the city of Gardendale is, we are in the Birmingham area, central Alabama. We are in the foothills of the Appalachians. So there is some good grade around Gardendale. If you would have turned left there and gone down just a spell, we would have run into Lexington Park, which is a massive neighborhood, and Mountain Lane in Lexington has some really, really pretty views, really pretty cliff views. Really pretty. So there's a good amount of elevation in the Gardendale, North Birmingham area, and really all around Birmingham Metro. To us, one of my best friends lives in Seattle, so every time I call something down here a mountain, he likes to laugh. But really pretty views in a lot of places in Gardendale. And we just passed a Dollar General, so that's a nice convenience to have. There's a fire station up here to the right. And again, we're just headed down Fieldstown Road. And we're coming up on a subdivision called Longwood on our right. And on our left, right there, you'll see Woodridge. Those are new construction homes. I think they're still finishing out the phases there. That was built by Tower Homes. Those are some really pretty houses too, very comparable to Fieldstown Crossing. Those nice new construction, pretty close together. Not a whole lot of yard, but you're getting a brand new house, super convenient. I haven't looked up in the MLS the average search or the average prices for Woodridge, but I would imagine it's pretty similar to Fieldstown. For Longwood that we're in right now, this is a huge subdivision. And I love this subdivision. I love the houses in this neighborhood. The HOA is fantastic. I'm in the Facebook group for Longwood HOA, and everybody is so kind in this neighborhood. Again, they're going to wave at you and ask you how you're doing. It's a beautiful neighborhood. If you go down left, there's some real elevation in this neighborhood as well. There's some long steps to a creek on the left as we were going through that intersection. The average sales price in 2021 for Longwood was $277,231, and there's a lot of variety. There's big homes with more than 3,000 square feet, and there are, two twos with about 1,500 square feet. So there's a lot of variety in this neighborhood as well. Average days on market was 11 days for Longwood. And to the right, see if I can turn a little bit to the right there, on the right side of your screen is 691 Longwood Way. And I listed and sold that home in 2021. We listed it on a Thursday at $359,900, and we had it under contract by the end of the weekend at $365,000. So really good appreciation in this neighborhood as well. Lots of people want to be in here, and you can see why. The homes are gorgeous. Again, this is a neighborhood where you've got a lot of kids riding their bike or driving a golf cart. This is a great neighborhood. So if you want a lot of house for the money, Longwood subdivision of Gardendale, I highly, highly recommend. Again, the streets are well lit. The HOA is on top of everything. It's very, very well kept in Longwood. A lot of what you'll see is, main level garages and basement level garages. There's a lot of finished basements in here. A lot of screened in porches. These are big houses. So if you're growing a family or you already have a family, these are some excellent family homes for everybody to have their own space and to spread out. And we'll get another quick look at 691 Longwood Way on the left. And at this intersection, if you turn left and go all the way down and then turn right and follow the road, there's a huge hill that goes down the back of the neighborhood, and there's a really cool waterfall that you can walk to. Just park in the cul-de-sac. You're not walking through anybody's yard. You can walk past. There's a gazebo if you want to have a snack or have a picnic with your family or your kids one weekend. There's a really cool waterfall that comes off a pond that you can fish as well, right in the neighborhood. So I highly recommend checking that out. Even if you don't live in Longwood, it's pretty cool. Just pick a day that it rained pretty good and go check out that waterfall. Very relaxing. You can just go and set a lawn chair up, read a book. Nobody will bother you. My parents actually lived in this neighborhood and they loved it. I think they were there for 7 years, 5 or 7 years. And when they sold their house, their net was $90,000. So, just in that short span of time, the home values have gone up because it's a great subdivision. And we're turning right now. This is headed north, and we are going to go and ride through G. William Noble Park, which is a great park that you'll see here in a second. Back on Fieldstown. There's a really pretty neighborhood up here to the right that I didn't ride through. I'm not as familiar with this neighborhood, but I'm definitely going to look at the MLS stats when I'm done here, because there are some monster homes in there as well. And there's a nice neighborhood to the left up here, big neighborhood. This is a really good starter home neighborhood up here to the left. And they've got tennis courts and a pool. And we're turning right into Noble Park now. And what you'll see is a parking lot on your left, and there's actually an 18-hole disc golf course called Magnolia Lynx. This is a great little disc golf course. It's got a lot of like pitch and putt par 3 holes, and it goes all the way left on your screen. There's some open holes, and there's also several that have been newly constructed in the woods that are really tight lines. It's a really great course, and there's often a lot of people out there when it's a nice sunny day. And if you straight through these woods here are some really great mountain biking trails. So if you're into mountain biking or you're looking for a new hobby, that's a great place to do it, where it's not very crowded. It's really accessible. It's pretty easy. There is, like I said, some elevation, so there's, really tight turns. So if you're into mountain biking or you just want to go hike or walk through the woods, that's a good place to do it. And to the left of the screen here is Black Creek Dog Park. So a great place to bring your pets. They have like an obstacle course that your pets can run through. And that's new as well. And we are looking over the park now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 full field soccer fields for youth and older. And this is Celebration Park, big jungle gym and playground, and that is the Celebration Park splash pad. So when it warms up, that's a good place to take the kids. It's really it's a mini water park. That splash pad was a really great addition to the park, and good place in the summertime to bring the kids or the nieces and nephews for them to have a fun day. And we're out of the park now, back on turning left onto Fieldstown Road. Again, if you turn right here, you can turn either way, left or right, and get access to I-22, again, which runs from North Birmingham all the way to Memphis through Tupelo and through my hometown of Jasper. So we're just headed back to the interstate, back to I-65 on Fieldstown Road, and I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching this one. I just wanted to show off a Birmingham suburb that I think is a great option if you're moving into town, or you're looking to buy your first home, or you're looking to move up, or you're looking to downsize. Maybe you've lived in the South Birmingham area, maybe the city or Hoover, along 280, and you're looking for a really nice house for not breaking the bank, and you want something a little bit slower. Not that you're going to miss out on conveniences. It's still easy to get to all the things like the River Chase Galleria and Hoover, everything downtown Birmingham, even Trussville. It's still easy to get to all that, but this is a really accessible suburb, a really affordable suburb, and I've got a lot of faith that in the next really 10 to 15 years, Gardendale, Fultondale, Mount Olive market area is really going to grow. The way it's trending right now is people are moving further and further down Highway 280 and, southwest, like McCalla, Helena area. And I just think that at some point people are going to get tired of just going further and further south of the city, and they're going to start to really entertain the option of Gardendale, Fultondale, Mount Olive. It's a really pretty place, very affordable again, great place to buy. So if you or somebody you know is considering making a move to the Birmingham area, I hope this was helpful. It gets tough nowadays to show buyers all the different areas around our city, all the options for them because inventory is so low that we have to move really, really fast. So I hope this was useful. I'm going to continue doing driving tours because I'm a realtor and I drive like 15,000 miles a year. So in the comments, please let me know what areas you'd like to see next. What areas around Birmingham Metro would you like me to drive through and talk about the real estate prices and the history of those cities and those areas? Because I really enjoy doing this, and I'm in my car anyway most of the time, so I might as well get some content out of it. So if you're considering buying, give me a call. My number is 205-471-5516. If you're thinking of listing your house, that is my specialty, is marketing listings. So I'd love it if you'd give me a call or schedule an appointment with me, and I'll tell you how I help home sellers get top dollar for their home in less time on the market. Thanks again for watching. This is Zach Kennedy, home marketing specialist with eXp Realty, and I'll see you guys next time.